Yo, what's up, good people? Y'all know what time it is. AA Sports, straight sports, no chaser. One half of the team, Diego Barista Caulfield, with my other half, my main man. What's cracking?
What's going on? What's the other A and AA Sports? All hate. It's good to be back. We've been away. We finally got to the finals.
We finally here after a year. We got about an hour before, well, probably a little bit more than that before tip-off, but before the official broadcast kicks off. We got a lot, well, not really a lot, but we're going to tap into a preview, give our predictions. We got some guests coming on tonight. We got our boys over at Get With It Sports coming on, and also some fellows over from not AA Sports, that's us, from the Kane and Ice Show. So we're going to dive into that a little bit later. We're going to start right on off with Open Bar. Been a hard week for us, man. We had we lost a mother to the village earlier this week. One of our good friends for 25 years, his mom passed, and we just wanted to give say a couple words for Miss Denise. Very, very sweet, kind woman. She would do anything for anybody. It's that damn cancer, man. Fuck cancer. It's crazy. I don't know. I've been at a loss for words all week, and I kind of still am right now. But I'll let you say your piece.
It's been a tough week, people. When we say the sweetest woman in the world, you hear stuff like that all the time. But this really was one of the nicest people you'll ever come across. Mm-hmm. I've been knowing this cat 25 years, like the homie just said. But that 25 years, I don't think I've ever seen her upset. Do anything for you. She was a mother to us, and losing her this week, that hit us pretty hard.
Yeah, it did. So,
but I know she would all to live, and I can be. Been a real tough week for you boys, but we're gonna keep it moving.
But yeah, so before we dive in, we just want to do a quick moment of silence for her and tribute to her to pay those respects. So we'll do that for a couple moments. All right. Well, rest in peace, Miss Denise, man. We love you.
Rest in peace.
Love you. Right. So, like my man said when we came on, we finally here. NBA Finals. The trilogy. Cavs versus Warriors. What you want to dive into first? This is so many angles. You've been hearing talk all for the last 2 weeks. I've been kind of trying to tune out a lot of it because there's only so much hype and pre-talk that I can take.
I think I'm in a loss of words. Let's just start off with key players and what we think is going to happen. We saw the two games. They split the series this year. They split 1-1. The Cavs won the Christmas Day game, the big rematch, and the Warriors won on Martin Luther King Day. I'm not too sure how much the Cavs cared about that MLK game because that was on a Monday. I remember they were talking about sitting the big three in that game, but they played anyway and got blowed off the court pretty much. But look, I sent you over numbers from both of the previous games. I think the main takeaway I get is, like I put on Twitter last night with I want to say Kane put that out there, or Ice one, about friends' predictions. It's gonna come down to the bench. I really think it's going to come down to the bench. In both games that were won, the bench has played well. And in my eyes, I think the Cavs have the better bench between them. But rebounding the bench play, because the stars I think are gonna cancel out. LeBron and KD, they're gonna do their thing. Steph and Kyrie, they're gonna do their thing. It's gonna come down to Kevin Love, Shump, and the rest of the bench against Draymond and the bench of the other few starters for the Warriors. Klay. We have not seen a good game from Klay this playoff, I don't think. Maybe the closeout game against Utah. I think he had like 20 something in that game.
Yeah.
But he hasn't shot well.
No, he hasn't. And like you said, the starters those starting lineup matchups are pretty even. What's going to dictate? Again, like you said, I think the bench is going to play a key role. I agree. The Cavs have, a deeper bench. They have I think, more interchangeable players.
Right.
As far as, switching out on defense and switching out on those screens and what have you. I think they may have a little bit of an upper hand there.
Right.
But again, how much is it going to come down to the bench? Also, you could say because Ty Lue may shorten the rotation.
Right.
Because when if it's depending on how these games go, we know LeBron going to play 40-plus minutes. Kyrie going to play 40-plus minutes. Probably Kevin Love's going to play high 30s, low 40s as well. Same thing on the other side with, Draymond, KD, Klay, Steph, those guys.
Right.
Who going to keep Tristan Thompson off the boards? I think the Cavs have the edge there. I don't think Zaza or JaVale McGee will be able to keep him completely off the boards. I think he's a little more active than them. Zaza's a little slow.
Yeah.
Even though I agree with, I don't know which Cavs player it was that decided it would be smart to come out and say they don't think JaVale McGee would be smart enough to stay on the floor. I kind of agree with, but I don't think that's something you should say. You don't want to get any kind of bulletin board material at all.
Well, the Cavs been doing that the last couple of weeks, it seemed like. Didn't Ty Lue come out? I mean, I got what he was saying about Boston last week, saying it was harder to guard them than Golden State, but that was bulletin board material.
Yeah, they probably could have taken it. I didn't look at that as nothing big, but they could take anything. If you need bulletin board material, though, at this point,
right? They just don't like each other. Yeah. I don't think it has to be much at this point because I don't think these teams much like each other at all. So the motivation's there, but I'm concerned about the Warriors bench. I'm really concerned because you really got two players who play good minutes, and that's what Livingston and Iggy. Right. Iggy's coming off that knee, and these are older players as well. You got some young cats. Ian Clark, I believe, and it's another little young cat that plays for them. But the lights are bright now. So you're saying those cats versus D. Will, Korver, Shump, Channing Frye.
Right.
I got to give them the edge, and we're going to find out about your boy KD. We're going to find out a lot this final. Now, we can't come into this and act like it's not a big difference. Because last year, that was Harrison Barnes in that corner, missing all them damn threes. Right. I don't believe it's going to be. Kevin Durant ain't going to miss all them open shots. I don't believe he's going to be left open like that. That's a good way. That's a good question right there. What do you think the matchup's going to be early on?
I mean, if you're just looking at the starters.
Yeah, starters.
Kyrie, Steph, or no, Shump don't start. So, yeah, Kyrie, Steph, JR on Klay, Kevin Love, Draymond, LeBron, KD, and then Tristan and, Tristan JaVale.
I think they're going to put Klay on Kyrie to start off. Yeah.
Try to hide
Kyrie on JR.
Hide Steph on JR.
Yes, I'm sorry. Yeah, hide Steph on JR. Because JR going to hang around the three-point line. Because if he's guarding Kyrie, Kyrie's going to try to get him in foul trouble early. And that was effective for them last year. Very effective.
So from the Golden State standpoint, I can definitely see that. So are we looking at cross matchups? Because Cleveland may not necessarily do the same thing. Or because, that will cause for them to put Smith on Kyrie and put Kyrie on Klay, and I wouldn't do that.
Right.
So I wouldn't do that. So
I think Kyrie will guard Steph on defense straight up. I think the cross matchups are going to be more – it's going to be Golden State switching more than the Cavs will. I believe they can guard them straight up. The Cavs matchups work a whole lot better, depending on how Kevin Love moves his feet. Because if I'm Draymond, I'm attacking early.
Right, but those cross matchups can get you caught up. Because that if Golden State decides to guard one way and you guard the other way, that's a cross matchup coming back. And then Golden State gonna like to get out and run.
Right.
Try to get those fast break points, so that can cause Cleveland some problems. I think the main adjustments are going to be, the in-game adjustments, fourth quarter, and what the benches do. Those matchups are going to be real vital.
And something you just said, the Christmas Day game, the Warriors only had 16 fast break points. Now, the win on Martin Luther King Day, they had 37 fast break points. So they got to keep them from running. It ain't to their advantage to let them boys run. So
it's not. And the Martin Luther King, I think that was the blowout game, right? So
that was the blowout game.
I think all of those numbers are pretty much in Golden State's favor, anyways.
All of them.
Just the way the game went.
Yeah.
But other than that, we forgot about Richard Jefferson.
I was just about to say that.
I think the Cavs, they can put anybody on the court at any time, other than probably Derek Williams.
You can really hide Richard. You can play Richard Jefferson at 4. I mean, it's not like Draymond's gonna kill him. Muscling up on him.
Right.
He can guard him for stretches, 10, 15 minutes a night.
Yeah.
Draymond had to chase him too.
Right. One thing in this series is definitely gonna be telltale. This is not if you not wanting to play defense, this is not gonna be the series for you. If you're looking for help, you look for somebody to sag off their man, this ain't the series.
Ain't gonna happen.
You know what I'm saying? You have to guard your man one-on-one, because LeBron ain't gonna be roaming around.
No.
He gonna be able to roam around like that.
No.
So you're gonna have to lock your man down. So I think we in for some not a word, but we in for some goodness.
The homie LeBron was playing free safety last year. He got to play man corner this year. That's true. So, what's some of the other keys that you think? One thing I'm looking at is the coaching matchups. Yeah, I think that's Cavs all day. I really do. As of right now, and it's depending on what's going to happen with Steve Kerr. It's depending, but right now with Ty Lue being the head coach for the foreseeable future with them, I believe it's going to strictly be the Cavs got that. They got that mismatch all day. In my eyes, I think the most important player for the Cavs, it's got to be Love, man. Last year, Love spent a lot of time on the bench, because he wasn't moving his feet. When they were switching, because that's the Warriors' game. Them pick and rolls, pick and pops. You got to defend. He ended up on Steph or Clay out there on that island, and he spent time on the bench. I think he's gotten better defensively, but he's going to have to make Draymond play. He's going to have to, because Draymond can't be the free safety for them. He got to be out there at the three-point line guarding him. And I'd also take my chances letting him post Draymond. He has a nice post game.
I was just about to say, I would take Draymond to the post and try to get him in some early foul trouble.
Yeah.
That could free up some things. Going back to the coaching thing for a second, I agree the Cavs have the advantage because I thought that last year Ty Lue outcoached Steve Kerr.
All day long, he outcoached him.
So we're gonna see what Mike Brown do when the lights are bright. It's one thing to have Kerr in the locker room. It's one thing to have him, in between games, giving advice and giving input or what have you. But it's going to be some in-game adjustments where he's not going to be there. I don't expect him to come back during this series.
Right.
The way things been looking, I don't. If he does, I hope he does. So I want no excuses. This is a series. First year, Kevin Love, Kyrie weren't there. Last year, Draymond got suspended. Game 5.
Steph was hurt, remember?
Steph was 100%. So I don't want nothing this year.
Yeah.
You decide.
They're relatively healthy, but like you said, Kerr is the only wild card as far as, possible excuse to sitting out there because he is not coaching them. And I don't believe that Mike Brown would have been fired, 2 times, 3 times, if he was capable of being that person. He's a nice guy, good head assistant, but I just don't think he's a head coach. And that's going to hurt them. Because they're going to have to make some adjustments. They're going to have to.
I kind of compare him in football like a Lovie Smith, a Ted Mills. He's a defensive-minded guy first. And so offense sometimes, gives a surprise. I can't remember who was the assistant on the bench when he was with the Cavs when they were making those, when they were winning 50, 60 games a season, that first run on LeBron.
Good question.
I can't remember who the guy was then. So I don't want to shortchange him too much, but I give the Cavs an edge there.
Right.
So, I think we both gave the Cavs bench.
They got the bench edge. They got the coach edge.
Okay.
Starting lineups. Which edge?
Starting lineup. I'm gonna go with the slight edge to the Warriors.
Yeah.
You got 2 MVPs. You got Clay. You got Draymond. That in itself right there. And I mean, you still got Kyrie, LeBron, and Love as a nucleus. Tristan Thompson is not a slouch.
I like Tristan over Zaza, but I like Clay over JR.
Right, exactly. Exactly. Everything else, to me, just kind of cancels itself out. So, one thing I'm not agreeing with, I'm seeing a lot of Warriors sweep, Warriors in 5. I don't know where people getting this from. I don't see that happening. Now, truth be told, neither one of these teams have played anybody in the playoffs.
No.
We've been hearing the Cavs ain't played nobody because they're in the East. Yeah, we know. But the Warriors ain't played nobody either. Okay, they played Portland, they played Utah, and they played a Tony Parker list and a Kawhi list for the most part Spurs team. They ain't played nobody.
And a scared LaMarcus Aldridge.
So neither one of them have been tested to the extent that they're going to be tested in this series.
It's funny because if you look at the averages as far as the 2015 finals, the Warriors won that series. They averaged 101 points a game in a 4-2 win. The Cavs averaged 94. They only had them by 7 points without Kyrie and without Love. So that was basically LeBron out there with JR and no other scoring. I don't know how they got 94 points a game. But in the last year finals, they both averaged 100 points a game, but the Cavs won 4-3. You throw KD in there, it will make a difference. But I just don't believe that. I think that's rather disrespectful to sit there and say they're just going to sweep them like that. They was up 14 points on Christmas Day in the fourth quarter and lost. The revenge game they had been waiting on all year long. They on the road up that many points and came and lost. So I just don't believe it's going to go that way. I believe it will be a 7-game series. And I think the Cavs are going to steal game 1. Because if you talk about legacy and things on the line, LeBron wants this probably more than he wanted the one last year, I think.
Oh, I can definitely see that. I can definitely see that. So we're gonna see. So predictions.
Let's do it this way. Finals MVP and your series win. Finals MVP. I'm going 7 games to Cavs. Finals MVP. I'm thinking Kyrie. Kyrie gonna show up and show out this final.
Okay, well, I was kind of thinking the same thing, Cavs in 7. But I'll switch it up and I'll go with LeBron again. Just for a simple fact, Kyrie's going to get his scoring, but we know LeBron going to fill that stat sheet across the board. Mm-hmm. Now, one thing I am worried about, though, with LeBron is because things tend to, certain things off the court tend to get him off his game sometimes.
Yeah.
Monte West situation at one point, get him off. A couple other, things here and there get him off his game. It may be nothing. It may not play a big part into it. But this thing he went through this week with, with his house being in L.A. being vandalized, somebody spraying the N-word on his home. You think that could play? I think that could play psychologically with him, just based on his history.
I think it
maybe
can.
The first couple games that may play a part, but you can't afford to drop mental games in this series.
I think it can play a part, but what I think it's going to do is going to make him even madder. There's nothing like a motivated LeBron. There's nothing like it. And I just really think he wants to beat this team. I really think he wants this. Because in my eyes, we'll get to this when the finals are over, but in my eyes, he win this title against a team with 4 All-Stars in their prime and 2 MVPs. I don't give a damn if Jordan got 6. His 4 got him looking eye to eye with him. If they get this win over this team in this series, so it's
definitely gonna help his case. Of course, all the time people want to compare the two. I want to wait until the man's career is over.
Yeah, right.
You know, to compare, because for one thing, these comparisons it gets kind of old, because for one, they're not the same type of player. They played in different eras.
They're not.
You know, you had things like hand checking and stuff like that. You come to the hole, you're getting clothesline back in the 90s. That's nowhere near the case now. Teams weren't constructed the same. Free agency wasn't the same. So
I don't know if Brown was built for that late 80s, 90s ball. I don't know if he was built for that.
I mean,
he is 6'8", 260.
Right.
They was putting hands on you back then.
Right. I mean, physically, I think he could. You know, he damn sure could have played.
Yeah, he could have played.
Now, you know, people talk about, you know, him and superstars crying about calls a lot. I think that's just a
different game.
It's just a factor of the age that they play in.
Right.
So when you call in ticky-tack fouls a lot, then your stars are expecting those same type of calls.
Right.
Mike and them wasn't expecting them type of calls. They were expecting to get drilled. So when they got fouled, touch fouls, they weren't even, you know, focused on it or what have you.
Let me get before your prediction. Let's touch on this real quick. What do you think about what Scotty said about Steph?
I think he was pretty much, for the most part, on point. Great player, not dominant in the way that Scotty was talking about, as far as dominating every aspect of the game, like a Kevin Durant or LeBron James does. People think that Steph he scores. He shoots threes, he scores. You know, it's a little bit left to be desired defense-wise. Sometimes the assists and the play, you know, the assists aren't always there.
And he'll get you with them turnovers too on that flipping play sometimes. Right.
So, so I don't have a problem with what Scotty said in that regard, because I agree with most of what he said. But I don't think he said it in a way to knock Steph. And I think a lot of people may be taking it that way. I don't think he was knocking Steph. He just it's kind of like picking hairs. You really just splitting hairs and nitpicking. It happens when you have 2 weeks or a whole year of anticipation. Right. You got to find something to talk about.
But at the end of the day, you can't have no opinion nowadays. Everything is hate.
Oh, yeah. You know what I'm saying? But as I say, the haters make me mad. The stands make me just as mad. It's like you can't be in between. You can't be in the middle. You know, it's enough room to love all these guys. You know, people act like you got to love one person and that's it.
You don't have to do that.
That's another thing I don't get about the constant back and forth about the debates. I love Jordan. I love LeBron.
Right.
I hate Kobe, but Kobe's right in there because of his play.
Right.
And people put their personal feelings in it too much, to me, and kind of negate the actual basketball. What happened on that 94 feet is all that really matters at the end of the day.
Right. All right, let's get your series prediction. Finals MVP and you already did, George. You said LeBron, right?
Yeah, I was leaning toward, Kyrie breaking out and maybe becoming MVP, but I'm just gonna switch it up a little bit just so we don't got the same exact prediction. And I'm gonna say LeBron takes home another MVP, and the Cavs go pull it out in 7. Now, if it goes the other way and the Warriors win, I think it'll be the Warriors in like 6.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm looking at KD as being an MVP. This is KD's time to shine. If he ever want to get out of not being middle to LeBron or what have you, this is the time to do it.
I put on our little stat sheet the number of times they've played. They've played 23 games, and LeBron has won 18 of them. KD put the numbers up, but LeBron has won 18 times when they played out of 23. We both agree KD got the most pressure on him this series, right?
Absolutely.
The most pressure. Absolutely. He got to bring it.
No.
Got to.
People going to write the headlines about LeBron because, the world ends if LeBron loses. We know that.
Right.
But truth be told, the pressure's all on KD.
All on him.
You went from a contender to join the super team.
I got a question for you, too, about KD. Can you tell me where he was most of the finals when they played the Heat?
In the corner.
He was doing what in the corner? Hiding. Okay.
I'm open. Not really. Yeah. So that's another thing. People mention. we've been saying it for some years. When sometimes in big games in them playoffs, the reason Oklahoma City wasn't going to the next level, or the reason that Westbrook was taking a lot of the shots and demanding the ball, because KD in some key moments would be hiding, they'll be missing.
And Harden was off that whole final.
Yeah.
So he got to bring it. I think the most pressure is on him. He's either going to win big, he's going to lose big. Because if they lose, you went to a 73-win team, you a former MVP, and you lost. So
it's gonna be a good look. That'll be a long summer.
It'll be a long summer. Long summer.
But I think he will show up. I think KD will show up, and he won't disappoint. I don't think he'll disappoint.
Chippiness, what level? You think the ref's gonna let him play?
Probably not game 1 and 2. Probably not, especially not early.
Fill out games.
Yeah, exactly.
Over under 5 texts for Draymond this series.
Oh, nah, under. He get 5 texts, he's gonna be suspended. I'm pretty sure he's already got a couple, right? Because you only get 6, 7.
Shit, they ain't had to play a game. He got texts and they've been sweeping everybody. What are you mad about?
This is Draymond we're talking about. Draymond get texts on a regular Tuesday night, first quarter of a game, 3 minutes into the game, Draymond will get a text. So it ain't out of the question. That's just him. That's what he do. But I don't know if Cleveland really got that irritant to put in the game to really take him over the edge to make him do it. And I'm pretty – who, Richard?
LeBron James. He hates LeBron. If he gets switched off on him and LeBron's busting his ass, that sets him off. Because you remember he put that hard foul on LeBron in the MLK game and was saying he was whining and whatnot. So I'm looking forward to that matchup too, because I don't believe KD is going to spend the whole time on LeBron. I don't believe that.
Oh, no. That's what I say. It's hard to kind of talk about the matchups because there's so many cross message and changing up of lineups and everything, just how the game is going, that it's going to be a lot of different matchups and a lot of different lineups. So, but no, when I was saying that, I was thinking more in the regards of irritant coming into the game to purposely, trying to tick Draymond off, like a Rodman or that type of player that's just in there really just to get up under his skin. LeBron
should have kept Larry Sanders for that. They should have kept him.
Larry Sanders is too out of shape, man. Larry Sanders is too out of shape. All right. So we got some guests coming on, people. We're gonna pause here for a quick second. We're gonna I think we got Get With It Sports coming in here right now for a second to give us their predictions. So we will be right back. Y'all hold tight. We're gonna take a quick break and we'll be back with a couple guests. All right, what's up, good people? We back. Again, back from the break. We got our friends here joining us. Again, introduce everybody. We got Get With It Sports here. We got our man Glass and Brandon. Let's Get With It Sports. And then we got the Kane and Ice show. We got Ice, straight out of Charlotte. We got Kane. He's from Florida, but he in a remote location. Well, on the
he's in parts unknown.
He's in the witness protection program.
Hey man, it's called the Bat Cave, man. Get it right. I can't give out the location of this.
He on location of filming Get Out Part 2. So that's where we going. All right. So we've given our predictions for this NBA Finals. We hate to be the same, but we ended up the same. Me and Hate got the Cavs in 7. So we're going to start with Glass, Get With It Sports, you and Brandon. Let us know what y'all predictions are for the finals, some of the keys you're looking out for. Which way y'all going?
I'll go ahead and start off, Brandon.
Okay.
Number 1, I understand the King is the best player on the planet, but the Golden State Warriors is the best team in the league right now. They got more options. They got more top-notch players. Yes, I know the King, once again, 7 straight finals. I got all that. But he's 3-4. That should say something right there. I'm just going to put it out there like that. Coaching, I believe it's even now. If Mike Brown's in there, if Steve Kerr's in there, Steve Kerr is Mike Brown, I think it's even with Tyronn Lue, because I don't think Tyronn Lue is all that. Only reason he's like one step better than David Blatt because LeBron James like him. Other than that, they the same. Starting lineup, I think everybody gonna like to see the Kevin Durant, LeBron James matchup if they do match up. I don't know if they're gonna throw Iguodala on them or some of the other players. but I like to see what Klay Thompson gonna do. He's due. He's been missing in action all playoffs. He's due to have 1-2 good games. The bench, I give the bench to Golden State Warriors because Sean Livingston, like I said, Iguodala, JaVale McGee stepped up his game a little bit. After everything's said and done, the dust settled, I'm going to put it out there. Y'all heard it here first. I'm going to give the Golden State Warriors. It'll be over on June 12th. 5 games.
Oh, snap. Say it with your chest.
Man, come on, man. We're taking advice from the got a Chicago Bulls hat on, man. Come on. Seriously.
Hey, Kane, he still think Craig Elo played for them.
I know.
Oh, man.
Come on, man.
That's all good. I'm ready. I got my Kevlar on. Ain't no problem.
You need that in Chicago, so that's a good idea.
Oh, he went there, boy. That's all good.
Right.
So, Brandon, you rolling around the same way your boy rolling? You think he's crazy?
Yeah, I echo those sentiments. You know, like you said, Brian. Yeah, he is the best all-around player. You know, in the game today. But the difference, I think, in this series is the Cavs need LeBron to be LeBron every night. Golden State don't need Curry to be Curry every night. They won't need Durant to be Durant every night because they got so many players, and it's going to be hard to match up with them. Everybody know Cleveland. They not one of the better defensive teams. You know, they can't score. They is one of the better defensive teams. You know, coaching matchups, I may rate that even. You got your bench. You know, Golden State gets that edge because of the different matchups they're going to throw at Cleveland or whatever, and it's going to be hard, you know, for Cleveland to counter what they're doing. What Golden State's going to throw at them offensively. So I mean, it's so many people to guard on that team, you know. So I'm not going to each game going to be a blowout or whatever. But I think it's going to be a close game. I think Golden State will win series in 5. If it go into overtime, maybe 6. One of the games going to overtime, maybe 6. But yeah, Golden State just got too much for these Cavs this year.
Okay. Now, let me ask y'all this: who on Golden State's bench are y'all talking about?
Man, they got a whole lot of faith in the Shaq and the Fool MVP.
They got Sean Livingston. The rookie they got is pretty good. I can't call his name now, but he's having a good.
Ian Clark.
Yeah, Clark's pretty good off the bench, but he's not to solve the problems. I mean, he's a defensive liability as well because he's not going to be able to guard those guards or LeBron on the perimeter either. So it really doesn't matter there.
No, he's not out there. He's not out there. He's out there to balance that offense out there. Your defense is coming from your Iguodala's and your Sean Livingston's. And believe it or not, McGee, he's going to play a big role in this series too. You know, I think that I think the key for Cleveland will be Tristan Thompson. You know, if he has to play defense, he has to rebound, and definitely have to stay out of foul trouble.
Only thing JaVale McGee gonna be on is Shaq and the Fool.
Again.
I mean, come on, man.
Okay, first off, McGee doesn't have to do much, okay? All he's got to do is guard Tristan Thompson for 10 to 12 minutes a game. They don't run plays for Tristan Thompson, so all you got to do is keep him off the board.
Let me ask the question back at y'all. Who the hell Cavaliers got on the bench? Old timers.
Okay, you got Korver coming off the bench, launching. Okay, you got Shannon Frocken come in, launching them. Okay, Jefferson is an old vet.
He's a non-factor.
What's the dude? The magic marker for hair?
Darren Williams.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, there you go.
You can't say that now. Christmas, Richard Jefferson was booming on him, and he's 45 years old.
He on that HGH.
He really is. He really is.
But Christmas, but at his age, you know, from Christmas to now, that's like 8 years. You know what I mean?
That's true.
He can start the season off great. You know, now it's playoffs, he's worn out. You know.
I think the Cavs have more interchangeable players that can come in and play multiple positions that can switch on those screening roles. Tristan Thompson, we talk about him. He's very active on those boards. Okay, so we talk about Zaza. Zaza's a little bit slower foot, and Earl McGee, is he going to keep his head in the game? So that's going to be the question.
Yeah, but JaVale might play 10 minutes a game. You know what I mean? So
he's not going to really be a factor.
Well, I don't think. Not a whole lot.
Let's go ahead and get the Ice. Go ahead, Ice. Let's get your predictions.
Yeah.
All right, I gotta agree with my man from Chicago. I got Golden State in 5. I think one big difference you're gonna see is last year, right? Let's forget about what happened with Draymond and all that stuff, and Curry being hurt. One reason the Cavs came back was Kevin Love spent a lot of time on the bench and even missed the game, right?
Yes.
And it helped them be faster on the perimeter, and they could switch better. But he's playing too well for them to just stick him on the bench now. And who's he going to guard? Who is he going to guard? There's no – you can't put him on Durant. You can't put him on Draymond. Plus, you got Mike Brown coaching. He knows LeBron as well as anybody. So I just think this is just a different Golden State team. You got a healthier team. You got, Kevin Durant, who might be the greatest scorer in the game right now. I just can't see how the Cavs are going to suddenly just reverse back to a decent defensive team consistently enough to win.
You know why I think they will? Because this is what you call a rivalry game. You know how when teams be real bad, but they play their in-town rival, they step up? These teams don't like each other. They don't. And I don't think the Cavs played great defense up until the finals last year. And when they play each other, this is an important team. But I need more from Ice about the best player in the league. That's what I need to hear about.
Steph Curry?
That's what I need to hear about.
Yeah. Is there any question?
Yeah, there's a lot of questions.
I'm sorry.
Is he seeing Kyrie
in my house? Steph Curry's the man.
Because Kyrie Irving's his daddy, right?
Oh, come on now! Don't act like Steph don't be giving Kyrie buckets now. Let's not act like Kyrie's a defensive stopper. Let's stop that narrative. Let's slow down.
Check this out right here. This is Steph last week. I gotta guard Kyrie. He's waking up out of his sleep.
All right. Well, first off, Clay will be guarding Kyrie. Okay, and just like JR is gonna be guarding Steph because Kyrie couldn't stop me. All right, so let's get that straight.
That's true.
And let's be honest, right?
Yep.
It's not even gonna come down to them. It's really gonna come down to, does Draymond hit more threes or does Kevin Love hit more threes?
Very true.
More efficient. That's gonna be the key matchup to me, is which one of those players is more efficient.
Very true.
And as long as Draymond don't lose his mind and he stay within himself, they that'll be a good matchup. But
keep your hands out the cookie jar, Draymond. Literally, keep your hands out.
All right. So you got Cav, you got Golden State in 5 as well.
Man, I've got Golden State. I've got Golden State not taking this year. I'm a roll with LeBron.
Don't forget the Kardashian factor.
Yeah, I did see that today. That's kind of weighing on me at the last minute here. And Thompson's apparently got one of the Kardashians pregnant. That can mess up your whole game. He should know better. I thought LeBron banned her from the gym earlier, but now she's back again. So he's trying to mess up my picks, but I'm still gonna roll with Cleveland. Cleveland in 6. That's where I'm going. I just don't think they have an answer for LeBron. Now, on the other way, Golden State, Cleveland doesn't have an answer for Durant, and apparently probably Draymond as well. He's a problem because Game 7 last year, Draymond was a beast in that game. He was the only one that really showed up.
Yes, he was.
So, with that said, each team's going to have some big matchup problems that they're going to have. The thing is, Cleveland's bench versus Golden State's bench. I believe they're almost a wash starter for starter. Golden State is a lot more explosive offensively. And somebody was saying earlier that Cleveland hasn't played any real defense the whole whole playoff. But when they step up in this rivalry game, this is something they're going to get into. Kevin Love, and I like what I said, Kevin Love and Draymond are going to be big. The reason Cleveland has been blowing people out, when they have blown people out, is Kevin Love is stretched floor. He's allowing Kyrie to penetrate, LeBron to penetrate, and they're just sitting out there with Corver and Love just picking all three-pointers. Another big thing that nobody's talked about this series is going to be three-point shooting. We know both teams can get hot from out there, especially Golden State. But what happens when they're off? Steph was 1 for 6 last year in Game 7 and didn't show up. Another thing, Steph hadn't showed up yet in the finals yet, if you really ask me. The year they won the championship, he wasn't a huge factor. Last year, he wasn't a great factor, but he was injured. I believe that knee was on him a little bit last year. But we'll see this year, but I still got the Cavaliers in 6 this year. I don't think they can be physical with Cleveland and bully them like they really need to, except for Draymond, of course. But we'll see what he does.
All right, look at it this way. There's only one dude that Cleveland has that they can throw at Durant. That's LeBron, right? And he needs to save some energy for offense. But Golden State has a few guys they can throw at LeBron. You got Iggy, you got Durant, you got Draymond,
Yeah, that's true. But the way you beat Golden State, you got to wear them down on the other side of the court. You got to make them work. You got to make Steph and Clay work on defense so you tire them boys out. We all know Kyrie's not going to play a whole lot of defense, so he's going to save his energy for the other side of the court. But you got to work them boys down just so they're tired in the fourth quarter and can't pull up those three-pointers that they need.
Right.
One of the keys that you mentioned about the three-point shooting, what will both teams do when they're not hitting the threes? And I give, the Cavs a little bit of an edge there because they have players that can go down in the post. That's one of the reasons I think Golden State couldn't close out last year because when they weren't hitting those threes, they didn't have anything that they can go to in the post. And that's with any three-point shooting team. Those threes not hitting, you need to be able to go down and play inside out. You need to be able to play old school basketball. And if you're not able to do that, you're not hitting threes and you put yourself in the back predicament. Another thing, offensive rebounding. Second shots is going to be big. If Golden State is able to hold Cleveland to one shot, Cleveland's going to be in trouble. They're going to get that rebound and then they're going to be out and running. So that's going to be something to be on the lookout for too, I think.
Yeah, Tristan been balling on the inside. I mean, he's not a great threat offensively, but defensively and rebounding, man, he's been killing it here in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. Tristan may not even show up for Game 3. He got a Kardashian pregnant. He can be strung out on Hollywood Boulevard somewhere in L.A., by the time they get back to Cleveland. So,
man, somebody tell Glass that Brad Daugherty and Mark Price don't play for the Cavs no more. They got some good players now.
So it seems like we split down the middle 3-3. So people saying the Warriors in 5, we got the Cavs in 6 and 7. So y'all don't think it's going to be that epic series that everybody's hoping for because y'all saying 5 games. Now, let me ask y'all this, though. Because, you got a lot of conspiracy theorists out there, and they'll say that, the NBA hit that switch.
There you go.
That Buffalo Wild Wings switch so they can get more games. I'm assuming that y'all are not part of that if you call in 5 games. Because there's so much hype, so much money wrapped into this series. If you really think that, you can't think it's going to go in 5 if you think the NBA going to step in there.
No, I think you go 6. That's enough. If Vegas gets their money off 6 games, 5 games, I think is a little pushing it. I don't think this can be wrapped up in 5 games unless there's an injury one way or another. But 6 games, I think Vegas makes their money off 6 games. I think they're happy with 6.
But the NBA get their money regardless, right? It's ESPN, right? And the NBA, that's why salary cap shot up so much because they signed a huge contract. So they're going to get the money even if there's 0 games. So, and in this day and age, I can't imagine it would be too many people would be involved for conspiracy for it not to leak in this day and age. So
I'm not one of those guys either because I don't think all these years nothing has come out about a conspiracy other than Tim Donahue, the rogue ref that we had.
Yeah,
I just don't think. Plus, at the end of the day, to fix a game, the ball still got to go through the basket. So, so I'm not one not one of those guys either. But it's just interesting to hear people's takes on it. Very, very
right.
interesting. So,
yeah, and all this talk, it's just like people that claim wrestling's fake. You know, they don't believe all that crap.
Oh yeah, that's real.
All right, so it's almost time to get this thing started. Who hit the first shot? Let's go there. I got Kevin Durant hitting the 3 first.
First shot.
First shot. Yeah, I go with that. I get Durant hitting the first shot, maybe not a 3, but the first shot.
Okay.
I'm with you. I'm with Durant.
Kevin Love with a 3-pointer.
Kevin Love.
Zaza. They're going to go to him before he go out the game in 2 minutes.
There you go, man.
I'm just saying, you know, they're going to hurry up, get him out, get him a basket, get him out the game, you know.
Give me Kyrie pulling up from about 18.
All right. So there you have it, folks. So, again, we split down the middle. We're going to go enjoy these finals. Again, we want to appreciate our guests for coming on. Kane and Ice from the Kane and Ice Show.
Thanks for having us.
And the Glass from Get With It Sports. Y'all make sure you check all of them out on their social media platforms, on Twitter at Get With It Sports. Also at the Kane and Ice Show on Twitter as well. Y'all know where to reach us at Diego Barishnikov, at AA Sports, and at Rike 6000 on our social media as well. We're going to go enjoy these finals, man. It's 9 o'clock. We're going to see how these predictions go. We'll get up with y'all boys next week. Y'all enjoy the game. Again, be easy, be safe. Peace.
All right. Every game. Right, yeah.
Appreciate it, fellas.